Hey everybody, what's up? This is your boy Food Junkie coming at you with a little video. You saw the title? Let's discuss the morals of Squid Game. Letting you guys know there will be some spoiler alerts in this video. There will be my opinions in the video. I'm not a writer for the show. I'm not a producer for the show. I'm not a creator of the show. I am not the showrunner, any of those things. But I just finished watching Squid Games. Is the latest thing on Netflix that everyone is talking about, that everyone is watching. So if you haven't seen it before, if you haven't watched it before, just letting you guys know this is a spoiler alert. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go episode by episode, blow by blow of the video or of the series. What I'm going to do is let you guys in on some things that I took from the video. Sorry, from the TV series, Netflix series, the series on Netflix. Squid Game, I guess, is a game in Korea that Korean kids play. And basically it's just a game of kind of like King of the Mountain type of thing. It's the version of King of the Mountain here in America, how there's one person up top and everyone else is trying to get on top. And of course, you're trying to fight and claw your way through the game to be the last one standing, basically at the top of the mountain. What's up, Marie baby? How you doing, sweetheart? So yeah, the show starts off, of course, with kids playing Squid Game. Two friends, you know what I'm saying, childhood friends. Fast forward to the future. One was a successful person, went to a successful big college. Another one basically seemingly was the deadbeat. One was successful, one was not. But they're both in this predicament where they are both in debt, where they're both are going to have opportunity to win a large sum of money by playing these quote unquote games. But before doing that, they met up with individuals who actually got them involved in this Squid Game process. Sorry, y'all, I put myself choking for a second. I haven't had a drink in a minute. Damn, I need some liquor probably tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. Thinking out loud. So, they seemingly meet up with this guy, and they end up in the same spot. Basically, that first moral of Squid Game that I caught is it doesn't matter what successes you have, what failure you have, what seemingly successful things you have, and failures that you have. If you're not careful, you both could end up in the same spot, be it high on the hog or down in the gutter. These two men who both seemingly to have two separate lives, one being high on the hog and one being down in the gutter in debt, both come to find out they're both in debt. They're both doing what they need to do in order for them to get out of this debt. That's the first moral I got. Never think that you are above or put anyone else above you, because the one that was seemingly in debt or down on his luck will always praise his friend. Oh, he went to this XYZ college. He went to this in this business program. But come to find out, they're in the same predicament. They're doing the same thing. So no one is better than anyone. What I always say, I'm not better than anyone else, and no one is better than me. I don't care how much perceived whatever you have, situations you may have, how much perceived wealth you have, how much perceived prestige you have, how much perceived whatever you have that you think that I don't have, or that whatever case may be, you're still not better than me. And no matter how much I have, I'm still no better than you. One wrong decision, one wrong turn, one misstep, one mishap, we will all can be in the same place. That's that. That was a big moral. Now, as the series proceeds, they're playing these childhood games. I'm thinking to myself, oh, basically, life is like a game. You live and die, and you move on, you move past it. So, first game they played was red light, green light. And in this red light, green light game, of course, they all have numbers on his chest. It's like thousands of people. Well, probably 1,000 people, whatever. I'm not quite sure how many it is. And they all wake up in this situation, and they're all have numbers on them. Kind of like they're in this big maximum security thing, jail type situation, and their numbers called basically. They're called out for what they owe, how much they owe, who they are, basically all their business out there on in the streets. So everyone knows we're all in the same situation. We're all in the same spot. We're all here for the same reason. We're all in debt. We all owe some type of money to some type of people, what's not, and we all can't afford it. It's in the third. So the rule for red light, green light for them is, how red light, green light works, you guys. When you said green light, that means you go. You run as fast as you can to get to the person who's screaming red light, green light. And when they say red light, you stop. But in this case, not only do you stop, if you get caught moving after they say red light, you die. They shoot you straight up. Head, heart, chest, whatever. If you caught twitching, moving of any kind of or anything, you die. And it's about following rules. I just said life is a game. I took from that, and while life is a game, there are still rules to this game. And if you break the rules or choose to circumvent the rules, there are consequences for these rules. And for these actions that you take. And some of these things may cause death if you're caught breaking the rules or trying to supersede the rules. Virgo moral compass. You know what I'm saying? And so this goes on. Then after this first thing, they want to know how much money can they win. They said, we won't tell you after the first game is done. So after the first game is done, hundreds of people die, get shot because they got caught moving after the red light was called. So when the survivors of said game are freaking out, mind you, when they first get shot, well, when the first round happens of red light, green light, and people started moving, when they started getting shot, people started running, trying to get away. You're moving, so you're going to get shot. You're going to die. You're trying to get away and escape, and you're going to die. Opposed to just following the rules. I know you're shocked. I know you are upset. I know you're scared. All these things and that, but you still have to follow the rules of this game of life. It may scare you. It may upset you. It may make you feel uncomfortable as that, but there are still rules to this game. And if you break these rules, there are consequences for said breaking these rules. Very good message. Don't matter if you're scared or not. Don't matter if you're upset or not. Don't matter if you want to get out or not. You must continue to move forward while following the rules in order for you to survive this part of life, this part of game. Life comes in stages. Y'all know it does. You know what I'm saying? There's childhood, there's adolescence, there's young adulthood, there's adulthood, there's middle age, there's, you know what I'm saying, older age type of thing. There's all the stages in life, basically, which is what I took from this. What's up, biggest girl, baby? How you doing? I'm good. What's your good news, baby? What's your good news? What's your good news, boo? So once all the survivors get back into the sleeping area, the holding area, everyone's freaking out, of course. Oh my God, dude, we need to get out of here. 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 And people said, well, okay, it's up to you. Life is also a choice. This game is a choice. The majority rules. If the majority of you decide to leave the game, we will end this game. So, but remember they said, we'll let you know how much money you can possibly win at the end of the first game. They could win 46 billion won. which equates to about $39 million in USD, which means US dollars. Let me see what's going on. Oh, congratulations, baby. I'll be watching you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Called what? Is that JoJo show? Congrats, baby. Congrats. Congrats. Um, so like I said, they have opportunity to leave if they all decide to leave, but they can have an opportunity to win, you know, 46 billion won, which is like I said, equates to about $39 million in USD. So now everybody's like, oh my God, ooh, should I stay? Should I not? Da, 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 da. So they said, okay, let's start the voting. Majority rules. The people who don't want to continue playing this game to win all this money can vote to leave. Those who want to stay here and continue to win, have the opportunity to win this money and get out of debt and change your life forever, can stay. After the voting commences, it is one person left because they went in reverse order. So the highest number went first, down to the lowest number. And when they got to the last of the vote, it was one vote left. It was tied. It was an older man who was number one. That's going to take a very good point in this. Like I said, this is spoiler alert. If you don't want to listen to it, I suggest you leave. But if you want to hear my morals, the morals that I got from this and how I equate things like this to life in general, please stay and listen. And let me know what you think. Good, bad, and indifferent. And like the video, please. Thank you. I appreciate it. So with that, the old man, like I said, it was tied. The one person left decided to say, let's go. Let's leave. Let's bounce. Let's get up out of here. This is crazy. This is dangerous. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. So in doing that, they released everybody. But before everybody left, they said, you have an opportunity to come back and play if you choose to. Now, mind you, you just saw hundreds of people get murdered, slaughtered on one hand. On the other hand, you have opportunity to win this life-changing amount of money. And also, you have a chance to possibly die as well in the process. You have a choice. It's up to you to make that choice. What do I always say, you guys? I always say, I don't mind what you do or what you say or how you think about me, what's not. Like me, dislike me, whatever it may be. But don't ever take away my choice. Show me who you are, the good, the bad, and the indifferent, and let me decide if I choose to fool with you or not. I'm not going to judge you, but I will choose to either fool with you or not fool with you. Don't ever take away my choice by trying to deceive me, by not showing me who you are. Because normally, me being who I am, I'm going to say it regardless. But that's what it is. So during this Squid Game situation, they gave them this choice to leave. So they left. Was not everyone went home. They pretty much dropped you off to where you were when they picked you up. Was not same condition. Everything was not. No fuss, no muss. The main characters was still going through the shit they was going through. Lying, hiding, deceiving, owing money, this and the third. And with that, they had opportunity to come back. Pretty much everybody who left, because they realized that if I stay in the situation that I'm in, I really have no way to get out of it. But with this money, went back to these games. These life-threatening, life-ending games. So they went through the whole process again. It was a series of 5 games. It was red light, green light, tug of war. It was something called where you have to walk across this glass bridge. There was two sides. One, I mean, and each panel was different. Either you had regular glass that would break immediately as soon as you step on it, or there was tempered glass that could hold up to two people. There was that game. What was another game? What it was? Tug of war. God, it was 5 different games. It was really like green light, tug of war, the bridge game. Oh, it was a game where you have to carve out these symbols out of sugar without breaking the symbol. It was one more game. God, if y'all who saw it, let me know what the other game was. Those were the main games before everyone was whittled down to 3 people. As I said, I'm not gonna go through step by step of each thing, but those it was like 5 games in order to get down to 3 people out of hundreds. So the 3 people who survived those, it was a game of marbles, a game of marbles. You can play any game you want with marbles. Each and you was divided into teams of 2. So basically, you could do the marbles where you shoot the marbles, or you play the game, or you can do the thing where you can throw them all against the wall and see, not against the wall, closer to whoever makes it closer to a line or the wall was not, and also like whatever game you can think of that you can play with marbles, you have an opportunity to play any game you want. But whoever gets all the marbles wins the game. That was the 5th game. Well, that was like 1 of the 5 games. So when it's down to 3 people, the main 3 characters, they basically sat down and had dinner. A beautiful bone-in rib, my type of dinners. Bone-in ribeyes, seafoods, accoutrements, and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Really lovely dinner. Kind of like a last meal, one would say. A last meal. Like whatever your last meal fantasy will be. That's pretty much what they have for dinner. My regular Monday nights. That's a little shady. Let me stop being shady. But anyways, they did that, and everyone ate whatever. One of the characters was hurt, basically, on the 2nd and 3rd, and they cleared the table off and left everything but a steak knife on the table. Mind you, they had no weapons, no nothing at all throughout the whole game process. But at this last dinner, this last supper, one would say, they was left with everything but the steak knife on the table. Everything else was gone. So all of them grabbed a steak knife and they were escorted back to their holding situation. One of the characters was hurt. So one of the characters that quote unquote was a good character, or a character that you started seeing some shady shit from, it was the 2 friends, basically. It was two of the friends that was started off as childhood friends. It was those 2 characters and then another character. The character who was the success, I guess, you sort of seeing some shady shit with them throughout the whole process of the game process, was not. Lying, stealing, basically tricking, was not. People befriending people just to deceive them, things of that nature. While the one that was seemingly the low down dirty one was the one that was probably the most purest person in there. You know what I'm saying? Who had the most heart and genuine capability was that. What's also another moral is, sometimes to be a success, you have to do some underhanded shit. And sometimes the reason why you're not a success is because you're not willing to sell your soul for the riches, basically. So the hurt character, the guy that was, I think, the most purest person there, he told this character, okay, well, let's get together to kill his friend, basically, which is turned into the bad character, was not the protagonist person in the show, because the rules are, if the majority of the people chooses to not play the game ends. And that way you and I will survive and be able to go back to our families and just hopefully change. When he went to the door to ask for help for this character, the friend basically killed the wounded character. Like I told you, this character, throughout the thing, you can see him becoming darker, revealing more of the sinister side of himself. And so when he went to go try to save this character and fight for or kill his friend, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The people who was holding him, whatever, knocked them out basically and separate them so they can at least have one last game. I mean, you know how all these games go. The super rich are watching these quote unquote destitute people was not fight and fend for their lives. Basically, once again, another moral situation that we are facing in the real world. We see that people are watching from above, watching from afar, observing the craziness go down, but not having any type of moral capability or moral compass to try to help or whatever case may be, because they want to be entertained by the lowest of the low, by watching people destroy themselves or destroy each other. Hence, YouTube. That's why I only have 7 people in the chat right now, while someone's talking about mess, have hundreds. We like to watch people destroy themselves. We like to watch people who actually going to act out and live out the lowest of the low for our entertainment. Another moral situation, dilemma, one would say, that we have to deal with within ourselves. Now, I'm not telling what's right or what's wrong. I'm saying, think about it. I'm not talking about mess and BS and nonsense and trying to read and roast and gag and drag everybody. Well, it's not. I'm talking about showing you how I'm thinking, how I see the world, how I see this YouTube thing, why and how I move the way I live and move, not only in real life, but on YouTube as well. I'm not here to entertain the masses by showing you the lowest aspect of who I am. I'm showing you what I want to see in you. Just show me who you are and give me the opportunity to either buy it or discard it. See, I've always said this before. I'm not for everyone. I'm not going to be what you want me to be. I'm not going to placate you or dumb myself down to you in order to entertain you. I'm not going to dumb down myself in order for you to like me. I'm not going to live on a lower vibration for numbers. I always say this. I know how to get numbers on YouTube if I want to get numbers in this sector of YouTube. Throw someone's names in the title, talk some mad shit about them, go back and forth with them, what's not. People gonna like that. I don't got time for that. That's not how I live my real life. I'd rather ignore you or laugh in your face. That may make me uppity, that may make me whatever you want me to be. But my moral compass is okay. My moral compass is always heading north, always heading forward in the best way possible to make sure that I am able to enjoy not only the journey while I reach my destination, I stay true to who I am on that journey so I can enjoy the final destination, wherever that may be, and know that I did my best to be my best, knowing that I left a positive stain on this world, opposed to trying to be something that I won't be comfortable being. I can't sustain negativity, nonsense, and BS in order to entertain the masses. I'd rather have a small number of people who truly understand who I am and appreciate what I am and what I have to offer. See, for me, it's not about quantity. It's about quality. Being able to look myself in the mirror, being able to look people that I love in the mirror, and people that I hold close to me was not, they know that it's genuine. They know that it's not, there's no pretense behind it. And if we fall apart, it was meant to be, because I see something that I don't like and that I can't stomach. And I don't want you to be around me. While I'm patient and we give people opportunities, I'm no one's fool. And nor do I want anyone to be my fool. See me for who I am, either like it or dislike it, and move on. Let me get off my little soapbox by myself for a second and get back to the Squid Games. Great. I mean, and then that, what was I at? Okay, yeah, 3 people, whatever. So he killed one, and then the last game was Squid Game. So actually it was 7 games altogether, because that game about the last meal, the last supper, was also a moral situation. They will give you what you want, but that's also a test to show who you are. Because the test was, we're going to give you this lavish meal. We're going to give you substance because they've been feeding them basically rations up until that point. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you what you want. For you to show us who you are. And when he killed the other person that was wounded, see, why kill a wounded animal? Because you're scared that this wounded person and this other person is going to go against you. So you're going to kill. And then I know people's mindset is, oh, I would have done it too. I would have done it too if I can get this money. Okay. What is it worth? All the money in the world when it costs you your soul, your moral character. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's the point of it as well. You know, everyone that was there for a reason because they couldn't handle their responsibilities and financial responsibilities in the first place. But that's another story for another day as well. So the last game was the Squid Game, and the purpose of the game was just like I said, King of the Hill, basically being the last one standing in a certain spot. So the guy with the low moral character per se, the good guy, I called him, and the protagonist was the last two standing. The protagonist is the bad person, quote unquote, in movies or TV shows, what can it be? And the good guy is the one that have the moral good standing. Basically, fighting was not trying to get to the certain spot in the game. And it seemed as though the bad guy was winning. But the good guy got the upper hand, was not, had him pinned to the ground, had the knife getting ready to stab him, but stabbed by his head. You know what I'm saying? And proceeded to walk away into the spot where he needs to stand to get the money and win the game. So with that happening, he stopped like I can't do this. That is my friend. I can't allow him to die in order for me to win and get his money. Because we made a promise that we're going to take care of each other's family. We're going to make sure everybody get out of here safely and alive as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? At least in his group and his team. So he goes back to his friend and said, get up. Let's just quit. Majority rules. If we say we want to stop this game, we stop this game. And they can't continue to go on with this. And we both live and survive. But the other guy was in such debt that he knows that if he get out of here with no money, he's dead anyway. Because he have done so much stuff in his quote unquote business life that cost him everything, basically. Even his mom's shop, you know. So he gets the knife that was sitting beside his head and stabs himself. He said something like, remember your promise to me. Well, it's not. You know what I'm saying? And stabbed himself in the neck and basically killed himself, which ultimately means the good guy, quote unquote, wins. Now, this is where I get pissed off by spending my, I don't know how many hours it was watching this damn show between yesterday and today. This is where I get pissed off. Because you win the equivalent to about $39 million. And you went through a series of basically 7 games or situations where everyone who didn't win, which means everyone that was there initially, which 1,000 people or so, has had to die for you to win. Now, I may sound callous. I may sound cold. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Y'all know I like to stand in my own shit and give a fuck about it. Who like it, who don't like it. Now, I'm the lone survivor of said game. I'm not celebrating the deaths of everyone else, but I am happy and grateful that I'm alive. And knowing that I have, based on this character, that I have a good character or not, all the promises that I made, I know that I can now fulfill those promises while getting myself out of a situation where I don't want to be in and push myself into a better spot in life to where I can help others. That's my mind of thinking. Food junkie mind of thinking. But this guy wins. He goes to they knock him out, they blindfold him, drop him off in the rain. What's that? With the credit card with all the money on it. Damn, $39 million. You know what I'm saying? He goes to the ATM machine, what's not, or the bank machine, whatever. Put in the pin. Basically, was his zero. It was a 4-digit pin. It was 0 plus his number he had there, which was what, 456, yeah. So 0456. Which is his PIN code for all his money. He saw that he had, you know what I'm saying, $39 million because he took out 10,000 won, which is probably like $100. I don't know how much it is. I don't know. Whatever it is. He took it out and saw that he had the balance of, you know what I'm saying, $39 million or 38.9 or whatever it is, $1 million left. Okay. Goes to his mom's house. Well, actually, I think took out a stack of cash. He was walking by the shop where his best friend's mom worked or owned, whatever. She offered him some food, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Kindness, you know what I'm saying? Kindness, the world full of kindness. No matter what you're going through, there's always going to be somebody who's kind out there willing to help. Another moral that I found in the movie, which is a great thing. He offers her money for the food she offered him to give to his mom. His mom is sick, whatever. He offered her the wad of cash that he had in his hand. She said, no, keep your money. You and your mom need it more than I do. Another act of kindness by this protagonist, the evil person of the show. The kindness that his mom still have. And she asks, have you seen my son? Because, you know, they can't tell you where they're going because, you know what I'm saying? It's all these secret societies, things like that. So he's like, he didn't answer. He just walked away in the rain. You know what I'm saying? So he gets to his mom's house. Was not his mom was sick before he was left and taken. That's another reason why he went back to give money for his mom's doctor bills to help her treatment, whatever. She basically is dead. So for a whole year, he's going through this depression, still living the way he lived before he won the money, because survivor's guilt, basically. Why did I live and everyone else had to die? So would you rather have died? So you feel nothing? Would you rather have died and felt nothing? Or would you rather take the lessons that you learned and try to help people? I don't know. I'd rather live and help people and help change lives. Because pretty much it seems as though everyone else there, besides a couple people, was there under selfish needs. Only a couple people there truly had good spirits and good hearts. You know what I'm saying? So a year later, he his bank financial institution calls him and asks for a meeting. And so when he gets there, he catches the train, wherever. Of course, for that kind of money, wherever one of their high-end clients, they're willing to send you a car. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to pull out all the red carpets for you. So he chooses to take the bus, the train, whatever the case may be. Still living in that, wallowing in that survivor's guilt, wallowing in that, why me? Why am I the one? Why am I the lucky one? Not opposed to being grateful and thankful for being the one. Being humbled, honored that he survived the situation so he can do good. He's wallowing still. So he asks the man, the financial advisor, did I do something wrong? No, he's like, no, you just had this money in for a while and you haven't touched it, and it's just in a regular savings account and you're not earning the maximum potential you can earn from this money. See, if you understand, the rich allows their money to work for them. They really don't work for their money. That's in real life, not just on in the Squid Games. In real life, the rich allow their money to work for them, to allow themselves to live off of and enjoy themselves off of the compound interest that their money is making for them. So you're not out there having to work every day. Like, you don't have to touch the principal aspect of your money, but you're working and living off of the compound interest of said money. I'm just saying, but that's a whole other situation on financial advisors. But, you know, we have a bunch of financial advisors on here, you know what I'm saying, who seem to always be in debt. But, you know, I'm just saying, another shade moment for me. But, yeah. So he asked the guy was like, well, okay, so he gets up and we're getting ready to leave, because like I said, he's still in this mindset of survivor guilt and what was me type of bullshit, which pisses me off. I hate that shit. If you're blessed, thank God and do better. Be humble, thank God and do better. Make better decisions, make better choices. Don't wallow in the blessings that you have been given. Don't squander those blessings, because it's meant for you to do good things with. So he asked the guy, can I borrow another? For some reason, he loved a 10,000 won. So he's like, so can I just hold 10,000 wand, please. So the guy went into his wallet and gave it to him. He buys a bottle of liquor, goes to the beach, starts drinking. So a lady comes by, you know, and asks, I'm selling flowers. Can you please buy a flower for me? Because if you, well, can you help me out? Because if I don't sell these flowers by tonight, they're going to wilt and die. Now I'm thinking to myself, you're telling me if I don't help you buy the flowers from you, or it's not, by the end of the night, they're going to wilt and die. If I buy these flowers from you, aren't they going to wilt and die on me by the end of the night? You can get the hell away from me. I know something. But, this is movies. This is TV. Well, it's not. So you got to have some type of segue to some bullshit. I told you, by this point, I was pissed off. I was down. I couldn't do it no more. I was just over it. Tired of him wallowing. Tired of the bullshit happening. This and the third. Then he gives the lady some money in his pocket. Was now I guess the change from 10,000 won and the bottle he bought of liquor he's drinking on the beach, drinking himself. It's a sorrow was now. I'm gonna go over this bullshit. And he see a note attached to this flower. She reaches at the bottom of the thing. See this note attached to this flower that she gave him. It was the card of the game masters telling him to meet them at this certain place in this downtown, certain floor, just a situation. And there was a name signed on the card. So he goes to this building on the specific floor, to the specific room. Is like an empty floor, basically. Big picture windows. You could tell it was money basically spent in that situation. Was not a hospital bed, and lo and behold, the old man that he deceived in the game. One of the last things about the marble game, because I said I was going to go through all the things about the marble game. He played this memory marble game. Was not about how many marbles I have in my hand. Do I have an even number or an odd number? And whatever you have in your hand, we're betting that was not. So if it's an even number and you win, you get the marbles in my hand. If it's an odd number and I win, I get the marbles in your hand. That type of thing. So he lost the old guy, the number one person. Where I told you the first person. He was his partner, and he was saying that he had dementia or Alzheimer's dementia, and he has a tumor in his head. He loses time, this and the third, blah, 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 all this and all that throughout the whole game process. So during this marble game, basically, he lied and tricked this old man to win all the marbles. He also has some shady shit in him as well. So although, for the most part, he just didn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? But he tricked this old man, and he thought the old man was dead. But in the last 30 minutes of the series, this old man is in his hospital bed, alive. He's pissed off at this old man because like, why do you do this to me? Why do this to me? Us? Why me? Why me? Oh, da, 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 da. I could break your neck right now. Oh, shut the hell up. Whatever. So they're looking out the window, and the old man says, You see that guy right there on the street? It's freezing outside. Let's play a game. Let's say if no one stops and helps this guy by 12 o'clock midnight, I win. Now, what they win, I don't know. But if someone stops and helps him by 12 o'clock midnight, you win. What he win, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But the wording that the old man said was, if anyone helps him, you win. Ding, 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 ding. Operative word, if anyone helps this guy, you win. Now, what do y'all think that meant? What do y'all? I'm tell you what I heard it being. What I looked at it as being, I'm going to tell you in a second though. But before I tell y'all what I mean is, y'all may catch it, y'all may get it. Y'all probably already got it. But as much wallowing and self-sabotage and self-hatred and self-loathing you have because you survived, why me? Why I survived? Why was I the only one? The biggest moral comes right here for me. The wording was, if anyone helps this man on the street who may freeze to death, you win. That's your opportunity to redeem yourself. That's your opportunity to make up for basically sitting back and watching everyone else die that died for you to win this money. That's your opportunity to change, to start the change, to rebuilding your moral compass. That what you thought was broken and your disgust for humanity, this is your opportunity to start the building blocks for you to build that up in this moment. But what did he do? He stayed on the 7th floor, watching through the window up high, and watched someone possibly freeze to death, opposed to doing something about it. You know, I was done, right? I was overdone. I was outdone. Because you spent a year of wallowing in this why me, why I survived, why this happened to me. Pissed off and upset that these people watched you go through all this and did nothing but played a game. Now you're in the same position as they were in, to walk away, to stop it, to do something different. And what you chose to do is sit up on the 7th floor in the heated atmosphere of this room with this proprietor, because come to find out this guy was the proprietor, the old man was the proprietor of said game. You're no different than the people that you were upset with, pissed off at, and loathed because they did the same thing to you. While you, in this moment, had the opportunity to take your ass down that elevator, out of that building, and help that man himself. Because he didn't say someone on the street helping him. He said, if anyone helps this man before 12 o'clock, you win. I just now found out what you won. If the old man won, his stuff was true. What he thought of humanity and the world and how people look at each other is true. Everyone wants to basically bitch, complain, and whatever the case may be, was not, but no one's willing to step out and help. That's what he wins. His reason for doing it rang true. Now, if the other guy won and someone did help him was not, but if you help them, you win a little piece of yourself back. You win your moral compass. You win the right to say, I am a good person. I am a good person. When you sit back and do nothing, you're just as culpable as the proprietor of the game, as the people that you despise. Are y'all getting the moral compass now? Are y'all getting it now? Let's relate this to YouTube right quick, since we're all on YouTube right now talking. You say you don't like the BS. You don't like the nonsense. Why can't we do something different? Why can't we go back to having fun? What do I always say? It all depends on your idea of fun. What do you consider fun? Don't I always say people have different ideas of fun? While some may be roasting and gagging and dragging and this and the third, others may be doxing and exposing people for information. Some may be cutting your throat and watching you bleed out. Your idea of fun is not necessarily someone else's idea of fun. You can't be doing stuff that is horrendous or supporting something that is horrendous and sitting back and judging and not trying to change it by one, not watching, by not supporting, turning off the thing if you don't want to watch it, but sitting back complaining about it while you're watching it, while you're engaged in it, does absolutely nothing but perpetuate the negativity that you say you don't like. Him sitting up there in that room on the seventh floor, in the coziness, talking to someone that he said he despised because what they put him through. Well, he could be downstairs wrapping said person on street in a blanket or in his coat, getting them off the street so they won't freeze to death. You see where I'm going with this? You understand what I'm saying about this? See, if I see people in pain, am I going to sit there and do nothing? Or am I going to try to do what I can do to ensure that I'm not an active participant in it, I'm not engaged in it, and I'm trying to help them out of it? Y'all see where I'm going with this? The morals that I got from Squid Games, how I can relate that to the real world and also to stuff here on YouTube. Said character was upset because, or felt some type of guilt because he felt that, you know what I'm saying, why am I alive? Why did I survive? When everybody else had to die. But when it was your opportunity to do something different, you sat there and watched while someone froze to death. There is no different than the people that was watching this game watch you guys die left and right for their enjoyment. Now, you didn't enjoy it watching this man freeze, but you didn't do anything about it either. So there was one person that stopped by and looked at this person on the ground freezing. And a couple seconds before 12 o'clock midnight, he came back with the police. Now, I don't know if the person on the street died or not. They didn't say all that. But then said character was like, oh, so I know you saw that was not, there is good in the world. Why are you sitting back watching someone else do good when you are so upset that people died and you could have done good? You could have been the change that you wanted to see. You could have been the change or the help that this individual needed. When he first made the offer, said bet, once again, you chose to play a game. You chose to engage him in said game. Why? You so distraught and upset the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you wanted answers. That someone could have possibly died again by your hands, in essence. Harmed, in essence, by your hand. By your lack of doing something. By your thing to choose to play a game with this sadistic individual. You can't choose to play a game with the devil. And then after you win said game, ask the devil, why did he create such a game? Why did you choose to participate in such a game? Why have you chosen to make such a game something that you want to participate in? See, we can't stop. See, another word is we can't blame everyone else for what we choose to do. We can't hold people accountable for what we choose to do. Yes, they give us opportunity, but we also have the free will and the choice to actively participate in it or not. That's why, once again, you don't see me actively choosing to participate. Sorry, actively choosing to participate in the nonsense and BS. Now, I will engage at my leisure, and how long I choose to engage is also up to me. See, that's why when I say I know who I am, what I do, how I do it, why I do it, I was a grown individual before I came here on YouTube. I don't need anyone to be my friend, to befriend me, to defriend me, to do nothing. What's not. Now, if I make friends, if I make acquaintances, if I make people that I like or fuck with on here, what's not, I do. But if I don't, I'm okay with that as well. Because I'm okay with me. I'm okay with being me. The good, the bad, and the indifferent. There's very few people out here in this world who is willing to stand up and stand in their own mess. Not looking for handouts, not looking for someone to befriend or defriend or, you know what I'm saying, accept them. They're comfortable enough with themselves to be themselves and not hold anyone accountable for what they do or for their decisions. The good ones, the bad ones, and the ones that are indifferent. But back to Squid Games. So after said individual died, he chose to now clean himself up. He goes to the shop or it's not and chooses to get this bright red hair. And let me tell y'all what red hair means in Korean culture. Let me get to this page right quick. Let me see what it is. Okay. I asked Google, what does the color red mean in Korea? Let me read you too. Let me read you what the definition of what it says on here. So it's also another symbolism of this situation. Red hair, red. You know, that's like in a lot of Asian cultures, weddings are red instead of white, stuff like that. You know, it's a whole different thing. Reason why my final project when I did what I showed at New York Fashion Week was a red wedding dress. Well, actually, that was the last item I showed for my collection when I graduated from fashion school was a red wedding dress. But you know, like I said, a lot more intelligent than people give me credit for. A lot more insightful than people give me credit for. But you know, I'm stupid. Let people tell it. Let some people tell it. Anyways, a little bit more shade on my part. This is what it says. Red is symbolized by yin energy, which represents masculine energy, the sun and life force. In the Korea flag, red is balanced by its opposite color, blue. Red is a hot color, a warm color. Blue is a cool color. Because you don't understand color theory as well. So, blue color. The color red also symbolizes passion, and historically, it is inappropriate for Koreans to wear the color red. So basically, it was him taking his power back, him understanding who he was, walking into his truth and his things, and living his life differently than what he did. So, living his life with passion, opposed to just going through life just to go through life. So, one promise that he made to one of the teammates that he was alleged with, the third to last person to die, that was killed, that was wounded. It was a female. She had a little brother that was in foster care. He said he was going to, the orphanage. He said he was going to take care of her family. Then he also said he was going to take care of his best friend, the one he had to kill or who killed himself. Last person to die in the final game. He said he was also going to take care of his mom. So what he did was cleaned up, fire red hair, goes to the orphanage where the young lady's little brother was, gets him, and goes to his best friend's mom, who was still alive. Asked her to take care of the little boy because she was missing her son, of course. So this is a substitute for her son. So kills two birds with one stone. Take care of the young lady's little brother, and also gives this grieving mom another person to love and care for. and he gave her this big old huge rolly suitcase full of money. So he not only did he take care of his promises that he did, he also took care of the little boy and the lady's mom, which was made me happy a little bit. You know, it made me happy. Made me not dislike him as much as I did, because all that wallowing and crying and shit, I don't have time for that. You know. And so he took care of his promises. He kept his promises, which is a good thing. So now he's going to visit his child in America. You know what I'm saying? Because they moved to America, or whatever. And he always was a deadbeat dad, basically. He's going to visit his child. And when he's on the train, he see the beginning of how he got caught into this whole situation. He was on the train platform. A man approached him once, not asking him, "Do you want to make some money?" Da da da. You know what I'm saying? Let's play this game. So he saw somebody else. He saw the same man that trapped him a year or so earlier, planned to start off this game with another person who looked like he was destitute as well. He runs over there. Was not the man gets on the train. He walks away, but the man who was playing the game with the destitute individual, is still there. He snatches the car from the man was not and said, "You don't want to do this. Don't do this. Stop. Don't do this." Okay, I'm starting to like him again a little bit more, because now you're actually being proactive opposed to reactive. You know what I'm saying? And you want to stop it before it starts, which is good, or stop him getting involved before it starts. So he's on the train. I mean, he's getting ready to catch the plane, and he took the car from the man. But so he calls the number that was on the card, the same person that he did initially. So the guys on the phone, the voice on the phone was like, "You want to play the game? Da da da. Give me your full name, your birth address, your birth date, all this and that." So he gives all the information, whatever. And the person over the phone, the voice over the phone says, "Oh, 456. Don't get involved. Get back on your plane." Get on the plane. That would be the best thing for you to do. It ends basically by him turning around on the jetway to try to, I'm assuming, to try to stop whatever's happening from happening again, or whatever happened from happening again. So, like I said, I gave you the morals that I saw, the little talking points that I thought was important of the Squid Games. But to recap everything is, you're responsible for your own destiny. You are responsible for your own happiness, your own well-being. You make your own choices in life, good, bad, and indifferent. While you may start off on one path thinking that this is going to make you happy, if you're not happy within yourself, comfortable within yourself, no amount of money will ever make you happy or comfortable. Be mindful that sometimes people that creates the game is rigged, because one of the creators may be in the game with you, playing against you. There's a lot of different morals and a lot of different things that rolled through my head as I watched this series on Netflix. And that's why I like watching things. And I like being creative and able to think about things in a different way, see things in a different mindset, being able to show the parallels between art, imitating life, imitating art. It's one thing to just to sit back and, "Oh, I got it, oh, I see it." There's another thing to be able to articulate what you see, what you feel, what you think, showing the parallels between different things. Like I told you, this is going to be some full of spoiler alerts. Some of the best things, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't mind a spoiler alert. I watch people reviews and go back and watch the series just to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I'm seeing the same thing they see. So I don't mind spoiler alerts. But if you watched all of this hour of me talking about the Squid Games, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got what I was giving you. If you've seen it already, or if you happen to run across this after watching it, I hope that you got some of the things or saw some of the things that I did. But if you didn't, let me know what you saw. What things did you take from watching the Squid Games? Did you enjoy the Squid Games? Did you enjoy this commentary? You know, I enjoyed the Squid Games. Like I said, the last 30 minutes or so pissed me off. The last 10 minutes, I was indifferent about. Kind of redeemed me for being pissed off for those last 30 minutes. But I did enjoy the series. I just want to come to you guys and talk to you guys about it because it was like, it's something that, saying it was like, for me, it was life lessons. I find lessons in art, all kind of art. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I appreciate you guys being here. Please like the video. I definitely would appreciate it. And let me know what y'all think, if y'all seen the Squid Games or if you think that I was totally off base. Interested and open to hear everybody's comments. I love you guys for being here. Thank you so much for being here. But as I always say, it's not important that I love you. It's important that you love yourself, you love someone else, you respect yourself, and you definitely respect someone else. And you guys, please, on November 15th, support Vegas Girl on her new channel, JoJo Live. Sorry, the JoJo Show Live. JoJo Show, that's what it's called. I definitely appreciate you guys. And once again, this is your boy Food Junkie. Y'all have a great evening. Hope everyone had a blessed weekend. Hope everyone have a safe week. And I will talk to you guys. Who knows? Until next time, y'all, this is your boy Food Junkie. Love you. Bye-bye.